here's a way, if anyone knows someone with Parkinson's, okay, there's multiple signs of Parkinson's that occur before the first tremor, and maybe a decade before the first tremor. The very first one I talk about in my book, the harbinger of Parkinson's, is constipation. That occurs, up to 10 years before the first tremor. Another very common issue is right shoulder pain. Who can tell me why that might contribute? Super bonus points. There's two ways. One's easy, we've talked about it, and one's harder that I did talk about, but it was a long time ago in this meeting. So Parkinson's is primarily which side of the brain?
Must be left if it affects the right shoulder.
There you go. Boom. So bonus points. If you start losing shoulder mobility because of shoulder pain, right, we're losing that input to left brain. So we can start to atrophy, say. Okay. And do you remember what neurotransmitter dominated in the left brain? Dopamine, right? And in Parkinson's, there's a dopamine lack issue, right? So this person develops right shoulder pain, they stop moving that arm would drive left brain, which would drive dopaminergic function, which would keep the basal ganglia alive there. So we lose dopamine, we lose basal ganglia firing, and now they start to get masked face and drooling and slow down and shuffle and tremor, right? So if we can just keep people moving, right, we can help delay these things.
Can't they just go in there and somehow stimulate parts of the brain and non-stimulate parts of the brain to sort of jumpstart your body or something, or your immune system? Could they do that?
Call that exercise. I say that half tongue in cheek, but yeah, we do call it exercise. But there are deep brain stimulators that they can surgically go down and put in. But I've had Parkinson's patients that had that it wasn't the magic they were hoping for. And then of course you're damaging brain tissue to go in there and put it in, right? So movement is going to be best, and then nutrition matters, right? The brain needs oxygen. There's 3 nutrients that the brain absolutely must have: oxygen, glucose, and stimulation. Okay. And the stimulation is that movement, learning, play an instrument, whatever, novelty. So that's why, hey, if you want to keep your grandparents from neurodegenerating, keep them in community with people, have them learn an instrument or play cards or so, and hopefully walk or go to water aerobics or, do chair squats. For Parkinson's, the research shows leg strength, keeping their leg strength up is key in delaying disease, because where the legs fire centrally, and that's where the basal ganglia is, which is the main part of the brain that's degenerating in Parkinson's. So if we can, have grandpa just do chair squats, and keep his leg strength up, that's going to be stimulating that area, which drives his own endogenous production of dopamine without having to take levodopa, carbidopa, taking an exogenous source. So the longer we can utilize lifestyle, in this case exercise, to keep moving and drive our physiology as natural as possible, the longer we can delay potentially having to take, in this case, a dopamine agonist.